The Blast Austin Major 2025 has officially started. The opening day of the tournament gave us some interesting games. One of them happened to be a Tyloo NRG matchup, which shouldn't be one since Tyloo were huge favorites to start the major with 1-0 scoreline. However, Nitro recently had an interview with Blast where he said, "Macro-wise, I think we beat them in every department, but we just have to show up on a day and beat them individually. We have to trust in our game plan and in ourselves and the teammates next to us." Put attention to this trust to a game plan part, since that's exactly what they were about to do. So, on a first buy round, after losing a pistol and a full eco, in a mid-round situation, they are putting 3 players on A and left mid wide open to wrap canals. And keep an eye on this A side throughout this video, since it's not the last time when you'll see something like this. Of course, Bro's incredible multi-kill definitely helps, but the idea is clearly there. So right to the next round, they are doing literally the same thing, and this time it allows them to get info that it's a fake A-side attack. They are able to regroup and clear out mid, and at this point everything for NRG is pretty clear here. Nitro got timed, since with their canals clear, he thought that it would be attack through B main, but the team is here to clean up. On anti-eco, they are showing a more default approach and actually fighting for mid. And for me, it's just to make it look like mid won't be free in this game. But on the next buy round, they are switching things up and expecting an adaptation from Tyloo, but the T's decided to wrap A side through mid. Nowadays, these A splits through camera with flashes from NA players are more than common. So NRG has a great preparation against this type of round. Hext and George are completely ignoring A main, since this point of attack is playing much later. George plays anti-flash, and Hext even dodges the only flash that was available, and it's a meltdown for Tyloo. So the next round was another anti-eco round, when they are playing a default game to hide their cards. But it's the first time when things should fall apart. Nitro falls empty-handed here. Jamyoung finds success lurking mid, but the Bros' brilliance gives NRG a chance, and they are able to complete a 3v5 situation. Here comes another switch up from NRG's defense. They've barely shown any contest in the mid area earlier, so George decided to surprise Jamyoung and caught him with the nades in his hand. Here he overstepped a bit, but the round is still on. And again, look at the A-side emphasis and late canal aggressions from NRG. They've got all the information that it's likely B hit, since they didn't find any resistance from A lurker. Nitro is not making the same mistake again and playing for retake. It's kinda 50-50 retake to be honest, but Hext Flash works great as a distractor here. Nitro catching Mercury off guard, and at this point it's a complete retake. On the next round, NRG decided to change things once again. This time, OC is picking canals with Bros support, and it's more or less default 3-2 setup. Tyloo are attacking the right side, and that's where Tyloo's game falls apart completely. Jamyang was able to find an equalizer and he became a serious late retake issue. But somehow, OC outduels G, who was holding an angle, Nitro is neutralizing Jamyang, and it's another absurd round for NRG. At this point, the insanity of NRG plays became ridiculous. So in a mid-round situation, Nitro decided to push Dark with Bro's support, and he catches Jamyang, who was about to take a mid control. Bro covers Nitro perfectly here, George is killing Mazei while pushing through the smoke, and I don't know what to say at this point. On an anti-eco, OC gets an early opener and masks a Nitro deep position on B main, and later on just kills Tyloo one by one. And Tyloo was able to get a last round, but almost gave away 1v3 clutch to Hexed. But this scoreline after the first half was a huge surprise. And with this lead, NRG was able to close the game comfortably and take a win here. Their amazing game plan to emphasis on A side with later canals aggression multiple times is a huge reason for such a dominating city side on Anubis. And with the combination of some absurd clutch plays, NRG was able to upset Tyloo in their opening game of an Austin Major. To support this channel, please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and see you next time. Peace.